Or today I want to talk about a concept that challenges a common misconception about masculinity. Or society often portrays men as relentless pursuers, always chasing after what they want, whether it's success, love, or validation. But true masculinity, or it's not about chasing, it's about knowing your worth, having confidence, and understanding when to step back and disappear. Or true masculinity is often misunderstood in today's world. There is a common misconception that to be masculine means to be aggressive, persistent, and constantly chasing after goals, people, or validation. However, true masculinity goes far beyond this surface level idea. At its core, it is deeply rooted in a sense of self-worth and genuine confidence. This form of masculinity is not about desperation or proving oneself to others, rather, it's about knowing who you are, understanding your value, and standing firmly in that knowledge without needing to constantly prove it. When a man embodies true masculinity, or he is secure in his identity and abilities, he doesn't feel the need to chase after approval or validation because he already recognizes his own worth. Or this confidence is quiet and steady, not loud or boastful. It doesn't need to be shouted from the rooftops or displayed through aggressive actions. Instead, it comes from a place of inner strength, a calm assurance that he is enough just as he is. This kind of confidence allows a man to navigate life with dignity and grace, or handling challenges with composure rather than anxiety or frustration. Or relentless pursuit often stems from insecurity, a fear of loss or rejection that drives someone to constantly chase after what they want, whether it be relationships, success, or recognition. This kind of behavior, though sometimes praised in popular culture, can ultimately be draining and counterproductive. Chasing can make a person seem needy, or desperate, or unsure of themselves. It can push people away rather than draw them in because it reveals a lack of balance and self-control. True masculinity, on the other hand, recognizes that not everything in life can or should be chased after relentlessly. There is wisdom in knowing when to engage and when to step back, or when to pursue and when to let things unfold naturally. Or a man grounded in self-worth understands that forcing things or people into his life often results in imbalance and dissatisfaction. Instead, he cultivates patience and trusts that what is meant for him will come without the need for frantic pursuit. This mindset is empowering. It shifts the focus inward, encouraging men to build their lives around their values, passions, and authentic selves rather than external approval. When a man feels secure in who he is, he becomes magnetic in a different way. He draws people and opportunities towards him, not because he's chasing, but because he exudes confidence and clarity of purpose. Self-worth and confidence create a foundation for healthier relationships and interactions. A masculine man who knows his value sets clear boundaries and respects both himself and others. He doesn't tolerate disrespect or manipulation, and he doesn't try to control or cling to people out of fear. Instead, he interacts from a place of mutual respect and honesty, fostering genuine connections based on equality and trust. True masculinity is a quiet power, a strength that does not need to prove itself through chasing. It is a state of being where a man is comfortable in his skin, grounded in his principles, and confident in his place in the world. This is the kind of masculinity that inspires respect, fosters meaningful relationships, and leads to a fulfilled, balanced life. It reminds us all that the deepest strength often lies not in how hard we chase, but in how firmly we stand. Disappearing in the context of masculinity and personal strength, is often misunderstood. It does not mean fleeing from problems, responsibilities, or emotions. Instead, it represents a conscious and deliberate choice to step back from a situation with quiet strength and clarity. This act of disappearing is a powerful form of self-respect and emotional intelligence. It shows that a person values their own peace and boundaries more than the need to constantly engage or prove themselves. When someone chooses to disappear, they are not running away out of fear or cowardice. Rather, they are stepping away to regain composure, to assess their surroundings, and to protect their energy. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to get caught up in constant engagement, whether it's in relationships, work, or social settings. Or there is often an unspoken pressure to always be present, always respond, and always fight for attention or approval. But disappearing means recognizing that your energy is precious and that sometimes the most powerful action is to withdraw thoughtfully. Or this withdrawal or disappearance is a way of asserting control over one's own life and emotions. It's a declaration that you won't be dragged into unnecessary drama or conflict or exhaustion. Instead of reacting impulsively or chasing after things that drain you, you choose to prioritize your well-being and clarity of mind. Or this kind of strength is often silent and unseen by others because it doesn't seek external validation or applause. It is a form of resilience that comes from within. Or stepping back also allows space for reflection and growth. When you disappear for a moment, you give yourself the opportunity to understand the situation better or to learn from it and to decide what truly deserves your attention. It's a moment of pause that prevents rash decisions and helps cultivate wisdom. Or rather than acting out of emotion or pressure, you act with intention and purpose. This approach often leads to better outcomes, or because you respond thoughtfully rather than react hurriedly. Disappearing sends a clear message to others about your boundaries, or it shows that you have limits and that you won't sacrifice your integrity or peace for the sake of approval or acceptance. Or people who understand this kind of quiet strength respect it because it reflects a man who is confident in himself and his values. Or it discourages manipulation or unnecessary demands on your time and energy, creating healthier dynamics in relationships and interactions. Or disappearing also helps preserve dignity. When a person chases after something or someone relentlessly, it can sometimes come across as desperation, which undermines respect. But when you step back and disappear, you maintain your dignity and self-respect. Or you acknowledge that not everything is within your control and that sometimes the best response is to allow things to unfold naturally without forcing them. Or this patience and composure are hallmarks of true maturity and masculinity. In addition, disappearing is a form of self-care. Or it recognizes that mental and emotional health are just as important as physical well-being. Or taking time to step away from stresses and distractions helps recharge your mind and spirit. It can lead to greater clarity, creativity, and emotional balance. Or when you return from disappearing, you often come back stronger, more focused, and more aligned with your true goals and desires. Or disappearing is about trust in yourself and in life. It's a belief that stepping back doesn't mean losing control or giving up, but rather trusting that the right opportunities, relationships, and outcomes will come in their own time. This trust reduces anxiety and pressure, or allowing you to live more freely and authentically. In summary, disappearing is not about avoidance or weakness. It is a deliberate or powerful act of stepping back with quiet strength. It is about valuing yourself enough to protect your peace, reflect deeply, and set healthy boundaries. It preserves dignity or fosters respect and nurtures personal growth. Disappearing teaches us that sometimes the most courageous thing we can do is to pause, withdraw, and trust the process of life rather than constantly chasing or reacting. Or masculine men who embody true strength understand that seeking validation or approval from others is neither necessary nor productive. Or they do not define their worth by the opinions or judgments of those around them. Instead, their sense of value is deeply rooted in their own principles, integrity, and emotional resilience. This internal foundation gives them a kind of freedom that many people struggle to attain, a freedom to be authentic, to lead with conviction, and to navigate life's challenges without being swayed by external pressures. When a man constantly seeks validation, he essentially hands over control of his emotions and decisions to others, this can lead to insecurity, anxiety, and a lack of genuine confidence. Or the need for approval is often driven by fear of rejection, failure, or not being good enough. This mindset can trap a person in a cycle of people-pleasing, or where decisions are made not based on what is right or true for them, but on what will gain the most acceptance or praise from others. Over time, this erodes one's sense of self and leads to frustration and dissatisfaction. Masculine men who lead with integrity break free from this cycle. Or integrity means living in alignment with one's values, even when it is difficult or unpopular. It means being honest, accountable, and consistent, or regardless of who is watching or what others might think. This steadfast adherence to personal ethics provides a compass for decision-making and behavior, or because their actions are guided by what they believe to be right rather than by external approval, they cultivate a deep and unshakable self-respect. Or emotional resilience is a key component of this kind of masculinity. It is the ability to face life's inevitable hardships, disappointments, and criticisms without losing composure or self-belief. Resilient men understand that setbacks are a natural part of growth and that external opinions, or whether positive or negative, do not define their core identity. They develop emotional strength through self-awareness and self-regulation, or allowing them to respond to challenges with calmness and clarity instead of reacting impulsively or defensively. Or this resilience also means that masculine men are less likely to be manipulated or controlled by others. When you don't depend on validation, or you cannot be easily swayed by flattery, pressure, or criticism, this autonomy allows them to lead with confidence and authenticity, whether in relationships, work, or social settings. People are naturally drawn to this kind of leadership because it is grounded in honesty and strength, not insecurity or neediness. Or by not seeking constant approval, masculine men create healthier relationships. They set clear boundaries and communicate openly about their needs and values. Or this honesty fosters mutual respect and trust rather than codependency or imbalance. When both parties in a relationship interact from places of integrity and resilience, or the connection is more genuine and sustainable, it's important to note that leading with integrity and emotional resilience does not mean suppressing vulnerability or emotions. Or, on the contrary, true masculinity embraces emotional depth and encourages healthy expression of feelings. Or, resilient men are in touch with their emotions and know how to process them constructively. Or, they understand that vulnerability is not a weakness, but a strength that builds connection and authenticity. Or in a culture that often confuses masculinity with dominance or stoicism, the masculine man who leads with integrity and emotional resilience offers a refreshing alternative. Or he models a way of being that is both strong and compassionate, confident yet humble. This approach not only benefits himself, but also positively influences those around him, or inspiring others to live more authentically and courageously. Or masculine men who don't seek validation but lead with integrity and emotional resilience live a life of purpose and fulfillment. Or they are guided by their inner compass rather than external applause. Their strength comes from within, enabling them to face the world with courage, wisdom, and grace. Or this is the essence of true masculinity, being whole, grounded, and unwavering in the face of life's uncertainties. Or choosing to disappear is a powerful act that goes beyond simply stepping away from a situation or person. It reflects a deep sense of self-respect and a clear refusal to settle for less than what one deserves. Or, in a world that often rewards constant pursuit and relentless engagement, deciding to disappear can feel counterintuitive. Yet, it is one of the most profound ways a person can honor their own value and protect their emotional well-being. At its core, choosing to disappear means recognizing that not every battle is worth fighting and not every relationship or opportunity deserves your time and energy. Or it is an acknowledgement that your worth is not dependent on the validation or attention you receive from others. When a man chooses to disappear, he is making a statement, or he will not degrade himself by chasing after something or someone that does not respect or appreciate him. This refusal to settle is an act of courage, or because it requires letting go of expectations, desires, and attachments that may have once seemed vital. Self-respect is the foundation of this choice. Or it's the understanding that you are deserving of respect, kindness, and genuine connection, and that anything less than that is unacceptable. When you respect yourself, you naturally set boundaries to protect your mental and emotional health. Disappearing in this context is a way of enforcing those boundaries. It is saying, I will not waste my energy on what diminishes me or makes me feel less than whole. This kind of boundary setting is essential for maintaining personal integrity and emotional balance. Or refusing to settle for less also means having the strength to walk away from situations that are toxic, unfulfilling, or misaligned with your values. Or it requires clarity and honesty with yourself about what you truly need and deserve. Many people stay stuck in unhealthy dynamics because of fear of loneliness, or fear of change, or fear of the unknown. But choosing to disappear demonstrates a willingness to face those fears head on, or it shows that you value your peace and happiness enough to let go, even if it means stepping into uncertainty. Disappearing is also a form of empowerment, or it places control back into your hands. Instead of being at the mercy of circumstances or other people's decisions, you take charge of your own narrative. Or this shift from chasing to disappearing is a reclaiming of power. It allows you to define your worth on your own terms, or rather than allowing others to dictate it through their actions or lack thereof. Or choosing to disappear can create space for new opportunities and healthier relationships to emerge. When you stop chasing what isn't meant for you, or you open yourself up to experiences and connections that align better with your true self, or it's a process of clearing out the noise and distractions so you can focus on what genuinely matters. This kind of intentional withdrawal is not about giving up, or it's about creating room for growth, healing, and transformation. It's important to recognize that disappearing is not an act of abandonment or neglect. Or it's not about shutting down emotionally or isolating yourself indefinitely. Rather, it's a strategic retreat that allows you to regroup, recharge, and reassess your path. Or it's a moment of self-care and self-preservation that strengthens your ability to engage with the world authentically when the time is right. Or choosing to disappear sends a clear message to yourself and others. You will not tolerate less than what aligns with your worth. Or this message is a declaration of dignity and pride. It reminds you that you deserve respect, honesty, and meaningful connection. By disappearing, or you preserve your integrity and protect your heart. The choice to disappear is an act of love for yourself above all else. Or it's a refusal to compromise your values or settle for mediocrity in any aspect of life. It's an affirmation that your peace and happiness are non-negotiable. And it is this unwavering self-respect that defines true strength and masculinity, a strength that chooses dignity over desperation and freedom over dependency. Disappearing, or when understood as a deliberate and mindful choice, creates a unique and valuable space in one's life, space for clarity, authenticity, and meaningful connections. Or in today's fast-paced and hyper-connected world, people are often overwhelmed by constant noise, distractions, and demands on their time and attention. Or disappearing is a conscious act of stepping away from that chaos to find stillness and perspective. It is not an act of avoidance, but rather an intentional pause that allows the mind and heart to realign with what truly matters. When a person disappears, or they give themselves the opportunity to clear away the clutter of external influences, opinions, and pressures, or this clearing of mental and emotional space is essential for gaining clarity. Clarity emerges when the noise fades and one can see situations, relationships, and personal goals with fresh eyes. It allows for honest self-reflection and understanding without the interference of reactive emotions or outside expectations. In this clear space, a person can discern what is genuinely important and what is merely distraction or superficial attachment. This clarity is the foundation for authenticity. Or when you disappear from the relentless pursuit of approval or the urge to please others, you begin to connect more deeply with your true self. Or, without the constant feedback loop of others' judgments and reactions, you can explore your own values, desires, and beliefs. This space nurtures self-awareness and honesty, enabling you to shed the masks and facades that often come with trying to fit in or meet external standards. In essence, disappearing fosters a return to your core, where authenticity lives. Living authentically means embracing who you are, your strengths, weaknesses, passions, and imperfections, without apology or pretense. Or it means making choices that align with your inner truth rather than succumbing to societal pressure or fear of rejection. Or disappearing allows you the solitude to cultivate this level of self-acceptance, which is crucial for personal growth and fulfillment. When you are authentic, or you attract people and opportunities that resonate with your real self, leading to deeper, more meaningful connections. Or meaningful connections are the natural result of this process, or relationships built on authenticity are far more satisfying and enduring because they are based on genuine understanding and respect. Or when you step away from the noise and the chase, you give yourself and others the chance to connect without pretense or expectation. Or these connections are not forced or superficial, they arise from mutual honesty and shared values. Disappearing can serve as a filter for relationships, or helping you identify which connections are truly supportive and which may be draining or superficial, or it gives you the space to evaluate who contributes positively to your life and who does not. By creating this distance, or you protect your emotional well-being and prioritize relationships that foster growth and happiness. Disappearing also enhances communication. When you take time away to reflect, or you often return with a clearer perspective and a calmer mind. This improved clarity allows for more thoughtful and effective conversations, or where you listen deeply and express yourself honestly. In turn, this deepens the quality of your interactions and builds trust. Importantly, or disappearing is not about isolating yourself indefinitely or cutting off from the world. Instead, or it's about strategic withdrawal, a conscious decision to step back when necessary, to recharge, and to reconnect with your true self before re-engaging with others. Or this cyclical process of engagement and retreat is healthy and sustainable. It helps prevent burnout and emotional exhaustion, or allowing you to be fully present and genuine when you do connect. In summary, or disappearing creates a vital space that nurtures clarity by removing distractions and enabling honest self-reflection, or it fosters authenticity by allowing you to reconnect with your true self free from external pressures, and it lays the groundwork for meaningful connections by attracting relationships based on genuine understanding and mutual respect. Through disappearing, or you cultivate a life that is more centered, fulfilled, and deeply connected, both to yourself and to others. This is a powerful reminder that sometimes, or stepping away is the most courageous and constructive step you can take in a world that often celebrates speed, ambition, and relentless pursuit. Or the idea that the greatest power can lie in patience and trusting life's natural flow can feel countercultural. Yet, this truth has been echoed through wisdom traditions or philosophies and the experiences of many who have found lasting success and peace by embracing patience rather than chasing after every desire or goal with force. Patience, or combined with trust in the natural unfolding of life, is a profound form of strength, one that requires courage, self-control, and deep faith. At its core, or patience is not passivity or resignation. It is an active choice to wait with purpose, to endure uncertainty without panic, and to remain calm in the face of delay or obstacles. Or patience means understanding that some things cannot be rushed or forced, no matter how much energy or desire we pour into them. Or it's about recognizing the natural rhythms of life, growth, healing, relationships, and success all follow their own timelines. Or trying to speed up or manipulate these processes often leads to frustration, burnout, or outcomes that are less than ideal. Or trusting life's natural flow means having faith that things will unfold as they are meant to, even if the path isn't clear or immediate. Or this trust doesn't mean passively waiting for things to happen without effort or intention. Rather, it means doing your part, preparing, working, and growing, while accepting that some variables are beyond your control. Or it's the understanding that life's timing is often wiser than our own, and that forcing events prematurely can disrupt the balance and harmony needed for true success and fulfillment. Or the greatest power in patience and trust comes from the emotional resilience it builds. When you stop chasing desperately, you reduce anxiety and stress, or you free yourself from the exhausting cycle of constant striving and fear of failure. This inner peace strengthens your ability to face challenges with clarity and calm, or it allows you to conserve your energy and focus it more effectively when the right opportunities arise. This kind of strength is often invisible but deeply transformative. Or, moreover, patience teaches humility. It reminds us that despite our best efforts, we are not always in control. Accepting this truth can be liberating rather than limiting, or it opens the door to adaptability and flexibility, qualities essential for navigating the uncertainties of life. When you trust the flow of life, or you become more open to unexpected paths and possibilities that you might have missed if you were too focused on forcing a specific outcome. Or, this trust and patience also cultivate wisdom. They encourage reflection and learning rather than impulsive reaction. Over time, you develop a deeper understanding of yourself or your goals and the world around you. You become better at distinguishing between what is worth pursuing and what should be released. Or this discernment helps you make more thoughtful decisions that align with your true purpose rather than momentary desires or external pressures. In relationships, or patience and trusting the flow can transform interactions. Instead of pushing others to meet your expectations or rushing the development of connections, or you allow relationships to grow naturally. This creates stronger foundations based on mutual respect and genuine understanding, or people are drawn to those who exhibit calm confidence and steadiness, qualities born from patience. Life's natural flow also teaches the value of timing. Sometimes, or what we want is not ready to be received, or circumstances are not ripe for success. Trying to force things prematurely can lead to setbacks or missed opportunities. Or patience ensures that when you do act, you do so at the right moment, increasing the likelihood of positive results. Or this sense of timing is a subtle but powerful advantage in any endeavor. In essence, or the greatest power lies not in frantic chasing, but in the ability to wait with confidence and trust. It's the strength to embrace uncertainty, or to remain steadfast without losing hope, and to believe that life's process will bring what is meant for you in its own perfect time. This approach fosters resilience, wisdom, or peace, and ultimately a deeper fulfillment that chasing alone cannot provide. Choosing patience and trust is choosing to align with the natural order of things, or it's an acknowledgement that life is a journey, not a race, and that true power comes from flow and harmony, not force and frenzy. Or, in a culture obsessed with speed and achievement, this kind of power is rare, but it is also the most enduring and transformative.